we are, of course, starting off with Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, who was pictured last night after being released under investigation from police custody. But no matter what happens next, has the damage to the monarchy already been done? On social media last night, influencers celebrated Andrew's arrest and declared their joy at what they are calling the beginning of the end of the royal family. So should we scrap the institution altogether? Nadia, would you vote for Brexit?
Brexit.
Do you see what I did there?
It is very clever.
It actually wasn't me, it was Matty, the producer. Good.
There's still so much of this story to see, isn't there? But having watched a lot yesterday and a lot of different royal correspondents and friends of, and, you know, there was a lot of, well, who knows, we've been through an awful lot, the monarchy will go on and on and on and nothing has brought it down before. And I kept thinking, you know, and then they were talking about how social media is such a nuisance. And I thought, my God, you are so out of touch. Because when you just dismiss that, actually, that's a huge thing. You can't simply say, and social media, and dismiss, because that's where a lot of people get their information, whether it be right or wrong. And young people, who are the future, my daughters don't know who Beatrice, who Eugenia, they don't know these names. And I've been round the back today chatting to all the younger people that we work with, and they all feel exactly the same. They just don't feel it means anything to them. So adding all this and whatever is to come, we don't know, with the more unravelling of this, I can't help but feel we might be heading towards...
Well, Grace, I mean, do you see us having a royal family when you're 50?
No, I just think it's a bit outdated. I think for people like me, I like people that are relatable. I like someone that I can relate to. So that's what I look for if I'm, you know, going to watch someone or something like that.
And ironically, the royal family have tried to make themselves more relatable.
And it makes it less relatable, you know?
Right, okay.
So I just sometimes think I just can't really see it. But then again, what would sort of we have if we didn't have the royal family? When people think about going to the UK, they always just think of the royal family. So what else do we have apart from
So you think it's good branding for the country?
I do. I think maybe the money also that they bring in is amazing, but I just think they're very outdated at the minute.
I mean, just on the money, and I mean, you know, there's not an exact figure on this, but apparently how much the royals bring in from tourism, it's cited between 500 million and 1 billion. So that's a huge margin there. And in terms of what we pay them, the current sovereign grant, so that's the money that from the taxpayer we pay, is 132.1 million. So if you're going to go with that, OT, I guess a good value.
I think, do you know, it's a lot. I'm in two minds about this whole situation because I feel like you hit the nail on the head when you said outdated. They need to find a way to connect. If we have a royal family and they are there and they're bringing all this amazing money and they're bringing a lot of awareness to the UK, we also have to deal with a generation now that can't afford a lot of things. They can't get onto the property ladder. They can't get work. So we're telling one generation who generally can't afford life that they have to pay for a royal family that is bringing already so much money in. And so they have to find a way to connect this because there's going to be a huge disconnect between that. And if they're bringing in so much money, then it also begs the question, why are we paying so much money?
And yes, also they're showing us the whole time that they have all the same flaws as other people do. So they're not these special people that we have to count.
I think that's the thing. I mean, if they're going to become more relatable, they have tried to become more relatable, then they have to play by the same rules as everybody else. And clearly the King has said yes in terms of Andrew, then, you know, the law takes over. And we don't know where that is going to go. I mean, this is the beginning of this journey, and so we don't know where it is going to end up. Potentially, there's a lot more to uncover. I mean, we don't know.
And pared down. You know, you look to other European countries. You know, we'd still have the castles, we'd still have the palace, we'd still have all these things that tourists would come for. It's just, it seems so extreme, and I'm sure there's grey areas.
So would you vote for Brexit then?
I'm leaning towards Brexit. I'm leaning.
Are you?
I'm leaning because
we will keep them. We will keep. They bring a lot. They bring culture. They bring history, and they bring tradition.
Right. So on balance,
and money,
you would keep them.
And potentially huge shame if this is unravelled more and we're to find out you know, more things.
What about you?
I'd swap them out with Alison. I'd like her to be my royal family.
Alison Hammond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alison Hammond's the Queen, yeah.
Well, listen, we've got loads of comments in a really, really busy comments page. Maria's all for abolishing, says, I think both the royal family and our political system needs a major overhaul. And that's, again, I think, going to what you say, OT, people feeling very disenchanted with the establishment. And Kate, another Kate without an E, yes, the royals can seem out of touch. Alison says you can't tarnish everyone with the same brush, so she's against abolishing. Sally said they do great work for charity and young people. They bring in millions for tourism. One bad apple doesn't mean a bad apple tree. And Linda says we cannot let one man spoil the monarchy. William and Kate are the future and they will make a lovely king and queen. So a lot of support out there.
And their kids.
Now, we asked after the arrest of the King's brother, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, yesterday, some commentators have suggested abolishing the monarchy. Would you vote to keep it? So this is a poll of our viewers. 60% say yes, keep them. 40% say scrap them, which I think is quite close. I have to say.
Oh, is this the closest it's ever been?
I don't know, but I'm actually struck by how close that is.
Yeah.